What's going on, guys? It's going to be a Cowboy one take, and I just want to say this. The video game companies that you guys are in love with are no longer the same. They're all changing. They're all doing something dramatically different from what you're used to. And so, yes, the console wars are dead. If you compare Xbox and PlayStation going against each other, I know Nintendo's a console as well, but it's also a handheld. So that takes it out of the typical console war, right? But PlayStation versus Xbox is dead. It is over. PlayStation did beat Xbox for a few reasons. One, Phil Spencer said it, and he's the head of Xbox. And two, one of the biggest franchises of Xbox is now on PlayStation, which is Gears of War. So, let's get that out the way. That's not what this video is about. This video is about your video game company is no longer the same. So, let's start with Xbox. Xbox traditionally had exclusives. They decided they want to switch up a little bit. Phil Spencer said there's only going to be 4 games going to other platforms like PlayStation or Nintendo. And PC, well, they started to make everything on PC. Fast forward now, all Xbox games are supposed to be going everywhere. So, your company that originally was exclusive and made Halo, Gears, Forza, and all these other games are no longer the same because Xbox is no longer Xbox as you know it. You're going to have to get over that and move on. Now, let's move to Nintendo. Nintendo, out of all the companies, was the one company I would assure you and could count on would always be into physical. I felt Nintendo was always going to be into cartridges. That was their thing. And once you buy a cartridge, you could put it in a Nintendo product or system or console or handheld, and you were going to be able to have that thing forever unless it got broken. The day and age we live in now, there was 26 games came out for Nintendo, and only 4 of them were physical only out of 26 games. Nintendo is no longer your Nintendo. Nintendo is now raising prices. They're raising prices not only on games, but also on their older consoles. The Switch One is being increased in price. So some people felt that Nintendo was family friendly. Nintendo now is about the business. Nintendo is going to allow companies to put their games digitally if they choose so, because I think it said it costs about $15 to put a game on a cartridge, and it's about $4 to make the game digital. So, and look at this, Little Nightmares 3, which is one of my most anticipated games, is coming to Nintendo in October. It's coming to PlayStation in October. It's coming to Xbox in October. And the one place that is digital only is Nintendo. So again, guys, these video game companies, Nintendo is not what it used to be. You're going to have to get over it and move forward. And lastly, let's get to PlayStation. PlayStation's biggest thing was they had those hardcore AAA games that people loved. They was movie focused, felt like it was a movie you were playing and watching at the same time. Get Game of the Year, just blockbuster games. And you could count on PlayStation for giving you those blockbuster games over and over and over. Last of Us, God of War, just all the different things from Naughty Dog, including The Last of Us. But we're going to go with Uncharted. I mean, guys, the skies was the limit. Horizon, Killzone, Resistance. I mean, I'm throwing in some old games, but guys, Ghost of Tsushima, we got Ghost of Yotei, and then PlayStation doing what they do. Some people call it money hatting, but they make sure they get games like Black Myth Wukong and Final Fantasy 16 and just different games that they do a deal to have a timed exclusivity, right? Well, sorry to inform you, PlayStation fans, but Sony is no longer giving you the PlayStation that you knew, because they went on record and said that you probably will get one one exclusive big first party AAA banger. Because when you thought you got banger after banger after banger after banger, if you was in the PlayStation ecosystem, well, no. Because you are going to get about one a year. So the question is, can you live off of that? Is that good enough for you to be a PlayStation fan? Only getting one? Well, that question could only be answered by you. But what I am telling you is, PlayStation is no longer the company that you knew it to be, because you can't rely on PlayStation to give you banger after banger after banger. You're going to rely on PlayStation to give you one banger. And then here's the thing. If you don't like that game, then you essentially, for that whole year, got no PlayStation exclusive that you could count on being your banger, right? Because we're gamers and we like different type of games. So guys, unfortunately, gaming is not exactly what you always thought it was and what you want it to be. Gaming is more, you get what you get, you either like it or you don't. But there's no point trying to say what's better than this, what's better than that, because all of these companies literally flipped their motto upside down and is now giving you something that you wasn't used to. So you have to conform to the new way of gaming with your favorite platforms from your favorite companies. So guys, as I say again, these gaming companies are no longer what they used to be. So that's my take. I want to know what you guys think. With that being said, and now your mama knows. Oh, man.
I'll make you famous.
Because I'm a cowboy. Oh, man.
And now, your mama knows.